Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Monica. If you're back, welcome back. Thank you so much for watching today's video. For today's video, I would love to talk about the books that I currently want to read for the month of April. I've already started the first book in this list, and that is The Nightbirds by Kate J. Armstrong. First of all, look how beautiful this cover is. Like, just take a moment to indulge yourself in this beautiful illustrated cover. I mean, this is the reason why I wanted to read this book in the first place. I had no idea what this book was about. This is one of my Once Upon a Book Club book picks, and it is a YA. I had no idea what it was about going into it. This is what sold me. On top of that, look at how beautiful the inside of the book looks, you guys. Like, and I geek out on stuff like this all the time because I just love when books are this beautiful. Not only do they look good on my shelf, they just also are aesthetically pleasing to look at. In a city full of secrets, their magic is the best kept one of all. I am on page 144 and it's interesting so far. I'm really enjoying it. The first lie was that they were alone. The second was that their magic was not for them. The third was that they were safe. A luscious, woven, and totally addictive fantasy. It's like The Great Gatsby with magic and sky-high stakes. Layer upon layer of incredible world building peeling back as we slowly uncover the spiderwebs of stories and secrets our characters are hoarding. This book is about three girls who have magical powers, and I wouldn't like to say that they're basically part of a brothel, but it sounds like they are. They have magical powers within them where they live in this really ritzy, beautiful, high-end place, and they're called the Nightbirds. There's this woman there that runs this place. In this world, magic is illegal, and people who do magic are considered witches, and therefore they should be punished. There's a lot of politics in this story, which is very interesting, but it's so interesting because not only do these girls have magical powers, but the house that they live in runs a business where if you want a touch of their magic, you have to come in and pay the price. You get a couple of minutes alone with these girls. Depending on what kind of magic you want to experience, you get to experience it for a price. The way that these girls share their magic is by giving you a kiss. So they come in fully dressed in their ritzy outfits with masks on. They give you a kiss, and then you are exposed to their magic for X amount of time. Not long though, maybe a few weeks or maybe a week, but people pay a lot of money to do this. This book already is very interesting. It's very slow paced, but for me, I'm enjoying the ride because it's just so intriguing to me that these girls have these magical powers that are basically being exploited a little bit. They're having people pay for their touch of magic, but they're not allowed to use their powers for themselves, which is very interesting. And also the atmosphere of this book is brilliant. It does feel like you're reading Great Gatsby with the ritzy and the sparkly dresses and the bob cuts and all that stuff. So I'm really enjoying this story. I can't wait to see where it takes me. I am reading it a little slower, so I might not be reading like 8 books this month, but that's okay. I can be ambitious, right? I can be ambitious. The next book that I want to read on my list this month would be In a Jam by Kate Canterbary, and this one I also started. I started both of these books at the same time because I couldn't decide which book to read next. And this one's not really plot driven. This one is about a small town romance. It takes place in a farm and it's got all the spring vibes to it, which is why I wanted to read it. I also heard that this book is heartwarming, but a lot of people complain because it's not really plot driven. It's more character based. And you know what? I started it. I'm on page 32. I'm not bored at all. I'm just enjoying where this book is taking me because I'm going in it knowing that it's not plot driven and it's more character based. So I'm enjoying it. Next book I would like to read, and I'm going to buddy read this with a friend of mine. We have a little mini book club going on, and it's The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I mean, this book screams spring, and I am a mood reader, so I'm hoping that this book gives all it needs to give to me. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. A wedding in Spain, an infuriating man, 3 days to convince her family she's actually in love. That's all I really need to know about this book. I don't want to read too much into it. I just want to enjoy it. It's such a beautiful cover. It says, pretending to be in love never felt better. So it's basically like a fake dating trope, I believe. It says an infuriating man, so that makes me think that she can't stand him, which is perfect, and it takes place in Spain. Like, what more can I ask from a romance than this? The next book I want to read is obviously Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I started the series like last year, I believe, and I'm just continuing it on with book 3. Now this book is more chunky. Yep, it's 539 pages. If you have watched my recent video of my March wrap-up, I talk about how I felt about the second book in this series and how I was basically surprised at the end because my feelings went from cold to hot at the very end of the book. And so here I am reading book 3, and I'm not going to talk about it very much because I do talk about the book quite a lot in the last video, and I will link that one down below for you. But yep, I'm continuing the series and I can't wait to see and read more about these characters. I'm falling in love with them, so I'm happy. And the last book I want to read is The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. It says, what happens when love pushes you to the edge? Prepare yourself for a thrilling, addictive novel about marriage, betrayal, and the secrets that push us to the edge. Picture a lovely cottage on a cliff with sloping lawns, walking paths, and beautiful flowers. It's Gabe and Pippa Wright's dream home in a sleepy coastal town. But their perfect house hides something sinister. The tall cliffs have become a popular spot for people to end their lives. Over the past several months, Gabe comes to their rescue, literally taking them off the ledge. Until one day he doesn't. When Pippa discovers Gabe knew the victim, the question spiraled. Did the victim jump? Was she pushed? And would Gabe, the love of Pippa's life, her soulmate, lie? I mean, I love anything that has to do with marriage and betrayal and lies, secrets. Like, I love reading about that stuff. Like, I love it so much. That also takes place on an island, it looks like, on a coastal town, on a cottage on the cliff. This sounds so springy to me, and I can't wait to read it. And I gotta throw a thriller in here as well because I love reading romance, and I have a little bit of fantasy, but now I have a thriller just to change my palette a little bit. Those are the books that I would like to read for the month of April. There will be maybe another book or two that I add in there, but those are the ones I'm hoping to get to for the month of April. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!